Alright folks, I'm Tim from the Best of Loch YouTube channel, and today we are on Loch Faskally at Pitlochry. So let's get on the water and see what we can see. Alright folks, we're back on the water today. And the conditions are a lot nicer than last time. Not as sunny, but not as windy, so that's good. And you might not believe this, but I got into my got the spray deck on first try. Of course, didn't catch it on camera, so I guess it never happened. So this loch is a lot smaller than the loch we did last week, which was the Tummel. We've got a dam at one end, and then the road, the A9, on the other end. The bridge goes across, and it does go up a wee bit further than that, but not too much. However, today I might just paddle up the river a wee bit, because it's quite a slow flow, so that bit might be nice, and then find a bite to eat along the way. But yeah, so I've only been paddling for about 2 minutes, maybe even 3, and I'm already probably halfway down the loch. It's very small. Well, not very small, but it's small compared to others. And Loch Faskally is located in Pitlochry, or maybe Pitlochry is located next to it. I'm sure it was maybe here first, who knows. But it's a nice wee spot, Pitlochry. Lots of hotels if you want to come stay. It's got the dam, as we mentioned. Got a golf course, loads of restaurants and cafes, and at this top end of the loch there's a boating station where you can get a wee boat out for the day, and you can get a fishing permit there as well if you'd like to fish on the loch. I hear there's plenty of big pike in this loch, and then also you've got your trout and your salmon later on in the year. And it's good to see that there's plenty of wee ducks about. So yeah, I've just paddled kind of out to the middle. Now I'm going to make my way back up towards the river and just make my way upstream a bit. I don't like paddling too close to the dams. Also, I'm kind of hungry, so I want to make my way upstream a bit and find a place to have lunch. So I'm now kind of at the end of the loch. It's starting to get narrower and more like the river. You can feel the current more pushing against me. And there's a bit of a sandbar here on my right, where all the silt is just washed up, and quite a lot of water comes down this river when we get rain and a bit of snow melt and that, so a lot of debris just gets caught here. We've got this nice big natural sandbar where all the birds are going around and looking for little beasties to eat. so it's good to see a bit of wildlife running about, none of which are getting picked up on the camera, I'm sure. But they're there, they are there. Got a wee difference in the landscape now, bit of reeds on the side. And it's interesting because there's like 3 different colours going up the plants based on the level of how dry they are from obviously where the water is dropped. And I'd say this is us now truly onto the river. More my street, nice forest vibes. Ooh, I might have to get my shoes wet. It's alright, not to worry. A little bit of pole vaulting can solve. Close enough. So I've arrived at the spot I think I'll have lunch at today, and it's quite sad to see there's quite a lot of rubbish lying around. A bottle there, whatever that is. There's a whole sheet of flooring over there. Monster energy drinks. Empty obviously. Gloves. Red Bull can. Remnants of barbecues, like the grates and stuff, which is a shame. And this part, there is a road, but it's a wee bit of a trek to get here, so fish tins, fireplace here. Yeah, which is a shame. You know, you want to keep these places clean for the next people that come along. There's a buoy there, so I assume that people come here on boats like I have just now, but hopefully I'm going to leave it a lot cleaner than they did. Anyway, I'm just going to find a nice little spot to have lunch, maybe a bit more sheltered. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. There's a little stream here so I can get fresh water to make myself some coffee and some noodles. So I'll probably set up a little base very close to here, somewhere where I can have a seat and it's out of the wind, like just up there. Perfect. It's nice when you're on these trips to have little bits to look forward to, like having some food along the way. Because while the scenery itself is amazing, it can be hard going just paddling on a loch. And you just need to give yourselves wee boosts along the way. Just gonna get some water. Good thing about Scotland is 9 out of 10 times there's usually a source of fresh water quite nearby. Now I'm always looking for a bit of water that's moving. You never want to take stagnant water. That's gonna be good stuff. Tastes wonderful. Now let's see if I can get back without spilling it all. So I realised the issue that I had last week was nothing to do with the wind, maybe a little bit to do with the wind, but my clicker that makes the spark doesn't work anymore. So I had to employ some matches this week, which always makes me nervous because I'm terrible when it comes to gas and electricity. Just not a good combo when we join forces. Hopefully it doesn't go out. Oh, look at that. Out straight away. I will keep these and I'll burn them at home. Good kindling. So while we're waiting for the water to boil for the noodles, some things about Loch Faskally. It's I think it's only like 2 miles long. It's not very big, and of course it's made because of the dam that's there, and I think that was built in 1950s ish. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a historian by any means, but yeah, as a result of that dam, we've now got the loch behind it, and as I say, it's just a small loch, but that makes it ideal. There's a path that goes the whole way around it. You can do a circle loop around it, and I think that's like a 3 mile walk just about, and it's nice and like it's got woodlands all around it, so it's quite a nice walk actually. I do it very often, and you get to see fish jumping out. Oh, at the dam there's a salmon ladder, so that's cool. You can see the salmon potentially if you're there coming up the salmon ladder. They've installed a camera and stuff, a live camera, so you can see if there's any salmon swimming past. Roughly about 5,000 salmon maybe per year go up it. Numbers are starting to drop in the past few years, climate change or what have you, but hopefully they make a comeback. And yeah, I don't have a lot of knowledge about Loch Faskally. An old guy told me that there's sometimes they drain the loch to do work on the dam, and when they do drain it, you can see ruins of the old houses that used to be alongside the river, and then they've obviously just got golfed up whenever they built the dam. So if that's true, that's cool. Unfortunately, I've never seen the dam being or the loch being drained, so I can't confirm that. Yeah, that's a fun fact of the day. So while that starts to heat up and starts boiling, today our noodles of choice are Mama's hot and spicy flavour, Oriental style instant noodle, hot and spicy flavour. So we'll give that a bash and see how that goes, and hopefully I can handle hot and spicy. I'm sure I can. Can't it be that hot? Let's see what Mama's got for us. Oh yeah, and we also have some coffee. Just instant again, nice 3-in-1 coffee, sugar and milk, all in the sachet. Boost your energy, boost the mood. It's definitely approaching boiling point now, and I don't really want to turn the gas off to go through that whole match shenanigans again, so I'm gonna try to just turn the gas down, hopefully to a point where the wind won't put it out, make my coffee and bang it back on there for the noodles. So we'll see how that goes. Coffee today is Kenko. Thank you, Kenko. With Kenko, we're all aficionado, or whatever the word is. Coffee people. And I know you true coffee fans out there are getting very angry. But you're not out here, and I bet if you were, you would appreciate this. Oh my goodness, we are ready. Oh, that's up. Oh my goodness. Okay, but this plan's not working. Okay. Okay, it kind of worked. The gas is still on. The water is boiled. I'm just pouring it out. Oh, that's hot. The coffee just exploded. And then you don't actually need that much water for the noodles, I don't think. The noodles. That's probably enough. They're not gonna fit. There we go. Wow, they're kind of like whenever you stick stuff in oil, it's kind of like, that's mad. Anyway, sorry, this is probably not thrilling footage again. I can only apologize. For my lack of entertainment that I'm providing. The gas is making funny noises. Oh dear. Oh dear. No, no, no. What? I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like a Spitfire trying to dive. Yo, bro, calm down. We're all good. We're all good here. We're all friends here. Okay. Okay. Fork. Give this a stir. Okay. Time for some of this coffee. Look at that. That hits the spot every time. Oh, my goodness. Look at these noodles. Houston, we are reaching boiling point. I didn't actually read the instructions. I assume, like most noodles, they want to be like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Who knows? Not me. Not this guy. Okay, so the noodles are finished, which is good. So let's have a wee taste. Now, reminder, these are the hot and spicy noodles. The temperature is certainly hot. And let's find out about the flavour. Pretty good, actually. Not too spicy. The broth is nice. Yeah, that's good. I need that right now. It's quite cold. The air temperature is just below 0. Last I checked, when I was driving along in the car, it was -2, so this is much appreciated. So I will give that a 7 out of 10. Good job, mamas. Well, that lunch was delicious, but the temperature has dropped significantly, so it's time to get on the road again. Just need to go wash my dishes, and then we'll crack on again, which will be grand. I'll properly wash them when I get home, just rinse them a little bit so they aren't too stinky. Here we are, back to the boat, and the water has dropped significantly. Look at that. The end of the boat was kind of in the water earlier, and now it's a big beach. Interesting. Must have opened up the dam or something. Who knows? Who knows? So I just packing up my boat there and heard someone shouting at me, "Canoe, canoe!" from across the river. So anyway, they're doing the Highland Fling bungee upstream and their shoe fell off, so it was floating down, so they asked me if I could go and get it, so I did, and I had to take it across the river, and the other side is a huge massive muddy sandbank. So covered in mud now. And I just had to leave all my stuff that I hadn't packed on the side and hope no one stole it, which they didn't. But also that meant I didn't have my camera to film my shoe rescue mission, but that's my good deed for the day done. So if you're doing the Highland Fling bungee, make sure you either don't wear your shoes or duct tape those bad boys on. Well guys, it's time to get going, and I am very, very cold. And also, the inside of my boat is absolutely covered in mud now. So, man, it's a bit annoying, to say the least. But at least someone has their shoe back. Let's see how many attempts it takes to get the spray deck on this time. Camera's on, so probably 30. Oh, we're on. Right, so now we're just going to paddle down the river, back onto the loch, and back to the car. That's the plan anyway. Get warm. I'll probably need to clean out the boat because it's full of mud. Oh, the boat's stuck. I'm too heavy. Disaster. Come on! Yeah! Yeah! Come on, you bugger! Oh, we're out. And we should get down the river quite quickly. Got the flow on our side. And I just need to watch out because on the way here there was fishermen. And I don't want to upset them by catching their line or scaring their fish. I tell you, there should still be like 2 hours of daylight, but the cloud cover has created a lack of sun, which has created a lack of warmth, which for me is creating a lack of enjoyment. But that lunch was pretty nice, so that was a long time ago now as well. It was so cold, or I don't know, the GoPro stopped working. It was just frozen there in the time. So I had to do a slide the battery out and hope it doesn't drop into the water to get her going. Ah, there's some fishermen right on the beach I need to land on. So hopefully they're nice. So that was Loch Faskally. Now I'm glad to say that's lock number 2 completed. And just look at the state of my boat. Look at all that mud in there. Ugh. Need to give it a wash. Anyway, that's been that. Until next time, best of luck to you.